Yo, people. Right. Thought it was about time I gave my take on this corona madness. But first of all, I'm just going to say I'm in the middle of Wales, so this is where I'm at. Pretty cool, hey? Went up Snowdon yesterday. Cool. So, but I'm going to get back in a van because cars come past and it'll make a noise. So, right. Right, okay. Oh, that's very sun now. Let's say with Bob Marley behind me. Oh, my finger. I think I broke my finger, by the way. Ow. In the coming down Snowdon. Okay, so two takes. Like, first of all, shout out to all the Awaken people that have been talking about this for years. Now, I've been awake for like 7 years to the 10 years spiritually, 7 years to the system, like to my understanding of it. Yeah, and shout out to all the people that have been awakened however long, short or long, but have been part of the fight and suffered the alienation, the isolation, all of the shit that comes with waking up. But you know, you are one of the awakened ones, the chosen few. So, you know, that's big up your chest. So yeah, like my take on it, coming with two perspectives. So like, the main thing that people have to understand is all that exists is love and light. All that truly exists is love and light. And the rest is illusion. Now, how do I know that? Because my first night on ayahuasca, that's what it showed me. So, anyone that doesn't know what ayahuasca is, it's a medicine plant from the Amazon. I didn't go to the Amazon because I couldn't afford it. I went to Germany and 2 different times, Germany and Spain, because it's illegal in the UK. So I did a retreat in Germany, and that's what it showed me on the first night. All that truly exists is love and light, and the rest is illusion. So, with that in mind, there is no bad. All the darkness is actually all that's light. So we're blinkered like horses. We see just this one perspective. We have to open our minds and open it to this infinite reality. And once you open it to that, you can step right back and say, okay, like, stuff is going on a bigger, infinite universe way. And we're just this tiny little fragment of something that's going on. And it's like if you see a corner of a painting, you might see that bit of the painting and you might go, oh, you know what the rest of the painting's like because you can see the corner. But, you know, the painting might change completely from that corner of that painting. So that's just a way of sort of seeing it as like, you know, we see it one way. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily bad. It's just bad from our perception because of the reality that we've been put in, which is all illusion. So, with that in mind, some of you are going to get that, some of you ain't. Like, but, you know, the seed's been dropped for those that won't, and that can manifest over time. One day you go, oh shit, like I did to my oh shit moments. Constantly epiphanies, constant wake-ups, synchronicities, realizations, whatever you want to call them. So bearing in mind that all that truly exists is love and light and the rest is illusion, what is actually happening? Now, let's talk about the bad stuff first. Yeah, man, they're bringing in 1984 with this. They're bringing in the lockdown and they're going to control us on massive levels. You know, gatherings. Like, it's all going to be like, the laws are being brought in. Now, they can't do it straight away overnight because it can't just sort of happen and then stay like this forever, because people won't be able to cope and the system will break down completely and they won't be able to implement their plan. So it has to be done bit by bit over everything. But this is a major stepping point. I just went to the shop. I'm in Wales. I went to the shop and the girl in the shop said, a woman said she's 73 and she'd never seen the pub shut in her life. 73 years old. She's never seen the pub shut in her life. So there you go. That's what we're dealing with. Something that's unprecedented in the history of humans and the universe, you know, but the history of humans for sure. This is some serious shit. So it's exciting, you know, as well as it can be scary. The unknown is always scary, but like, it's exciting. But yeah, they brought all these powers in. They've just brought all these powers in where they can arrest you for being more than 2 people in a public place. Now, obviously, it's going to go back to a reasonable normality because they can't just stop everything. But those powers are now in, and that means that next time they want to do that, those powers are there. So, you know, like, that's how this works. And you see, like, Boris, I ain't really watched much of what he talks about. Like, you know, he's part of it, but at the same time, he's mostly doing as he's told, because how much of a choice has he got? Because the people that run the world are powerful. And Boris ain't running the world. He ain't even running the country. He's just a puppet. So, you know, he's just trying to do his thing. So you can't even really give much shit to him. Because anyone in that position, Corbyn, like, he'd still having to do all this. Like, because you try going against the cabal and what they want, like, you know, they're going to just boot you out, he'll shoot you. That's what happened to JFK. He went against them, they took him out. So, like, you know, it's like it's not as simple as just sort of like as Boris being this person, blah blah blah. He don't run nothing. It's just a puppet. So yeah, they're bringing in this serious 1984 business. Anyone who ain't read 1984 or watched the film, just go and do that. Like, it's scary, it's dark, but that is the reality of what they want. Now, whether they achieve that, that's up to us, and how many people awaken or how many people just accept their fate. Like, you know. But this gets on to the second phase of it. Now, the great thing that's happening is that people are finally starting to awaken, and then there's a lot of people in denial. I see it on Facebook and social media because they're doing their right thing, and everyone's scared. Social pressures. Ash conformity psychology study done in the 70s shows that people will actually say that a piece of string that is blatantly shorter than another piece of string, they will actually agree that that one is longer if plants in the study say that one is the longest. People will actually conform to that. Like, that's some mad shit. So, like, people are conformed to majority, apart from people like myself, not giving myself like a big up, but like myself, that say, hold on a minute, that string is not longer than that string. That's not how it goes. And we are the awakened ones. It's that simple. We the ones that say, okay, I'm prepared to take shit and go into some crazy shit and deal with some outcast shit and alienation to stand up for what's right, because we're listening to our inner light, and that's what it's all about. Because we are fragments of the creator, of the source, and if you tune into that, you will be guided. You know, without getting religious or biblical, but the Lord is my shepherd. That's what it's all about. You know, you will be guided by the creator. So what's really happening? People are awakening spiritually. And I saw this brilliant thing today. Well, actually, I was listening to Six Music. Hey, people listen to Six Music because, like, you know, that's a good thing to listen to. People, particularly Tom Ravenscroft, Lauren Laverne, and I forget the other one. But, like, Lauren come out, drop this tune, and I always hear Lauren's in tune. She's not conscious, but she drops things. And she dropped this tune this morning, like 40 Days, 40 Nights by some band, and talked about that. And they said that someone said it was the quarantine. The word quarantine means 40 in Italian. I just was like, boom, wow, there we go. So in the Bible, there's many things with 40 in the Bible. But Jesus goes into the wilderness for 40 days, 40 nights. Now, this is a metaphor, like for going in somewhere to a long place to go within yourself and deal with your inner self and your demons, because he gets tempted by Satan, and Satan comes to him and tempts him, and he blah, blah, blah. So this is all about going within yourself for 40 days, 40 nights. It's not necessarily 40 days, 40 nights, although it could be, but I'm not saying it. It's a metaphor for a period of time to go into isolation, into quarantine. So this is what this is going on. So on the higher level of things, all these people that are running the world and are bad, there is no bad, because they're all part of the source, and the source is love, the creator. That is the source. So even though the bad stuff looks like bad, it's not bad. And why is it not bad? Because basically we're on journeys, spiritual journeys back to the source. Now, this is where we get into reincarnation. So in the reincarnation, how many incarnations of lives we've all had, I don't know, like how many people have, but I'm definitely confident that I was like an Egyptian king or queen in a previous life. So, and that's just one of something that I felt about. There's other things. There's definitely like, so it's like, but that, listen to your tune. What do you feel? What do you feel from past lives? Deja vu. What is deja vu? Like you feel like I've been here before. I've met this person before. I feel like I've always known this person. Previous lives, feelings. So what's really happening, like with this, is that like we're going through this spiritual journey of incarnations to go back to the source. So we have to go through this darkness to get to the light. And what they're doing is they're forcing everyone into quarantine, 40 days, 40 nights. So now we've got everyone spending more time with their families, forced to look at themselves, forced to not spend lots of money. So they've got to buy only the essentials because they don't know what's going to happen with financially stability. So they've got to start thinking, they've got to ration. You know what I mean? They've got to start rationing. They've got to start thinking, okay, we can't have this, can't have that. People, it's forcing people to live on a more basic, sensible, spiritual level. And then we can get into people, when you're at home, you're bored, you've got to do things. You can start reading, you can start educating, you can start learning, you can start meditating, you can start yoga, you can start doing all these things because you've got all this time. So it's forcing people. Like I heard something on the radio where someone said, like someone speaking the other day on the radio, and their kid come up to him and said, Mum and Dad, I really love spending time with you. And I was like, that's what it's about. You know what I mean? It's like they're forcing the people together that aren't necessarily going to be together. So it's like, or haven't spent time with each other because they're busy working, they're out, the system is grinding them, making them not feel in tune with the source. So this is what's really happening with this. This is the spiritual level of what is really going on. The creator is forcing people, because everyone's gone, I don't want to know about that. I'm working from the egoic mind rather than the spiritual higher self, which is the creator, which is God. So we connect with the higher self, which is the creator. So the egoic mind is Satan, as in the Bible, get behind me, Satan, because we are the prince of darkness. We are Satan. That is our lower mind. That is our lower self. We're listening to the ego. The ego is the thing that drives us. And if we listen to the creator, which is the true self, that is us connected to the true source. Anyway, I thought I'd just drop that. Hope everyone's cool. I'm going back to chilling in Wales. Peace!